Hey guys, and welcome to the Bougie Breakdown. I am Eric Green and
I am Syretta Avent.
Cheers! All right, so guys, this is where we talk about all things bougie, and we just happen to be in Houston, Texas. Hence the cowboy hat, right? Yeehaw, baby! It's more than just a cowboy Carter trend, guys, right? Like Western is a way of life.
Yeah, we go deep here.
We go deep. We go deep. I'm a proxy Texan. So originally from the East Coast, from DC, and now I am embracing all things Texan. We just recently went to a fantastic exhibit.
We did.
At our MFAH, right? Museum of Fine Arts here in Houston. And they have this amazing exhibit that is called Louvre Couture. Is that it?
Yes,
Yeah, okay. So high-end couture fashion mixed with historical art. And I think it was something like 39 looks that were populated all throughout the entire museum, which is world-class, best in class, by the way. And it's populated throughout different styles of artwork. And then they coordinated the looks with the different art, which I thought was really interesting. I don't think I've seen anything like that before.
The integration of the fashion with the art was seamless.
Yeah.
And I'll read a quote.
She's going to give you a quote, guys.
Art and fashion statement pieces from the Louvre Museum in Paris comes extraordinary fashion paired with extraordinary art at the Museum of Fine Arts. Fashion is art with an installation of 36 fashion ensembles.
All right, so I was close. 39, 36, somewhere in there.
And we totally got lost.
Like, we got lost in it.
Yeah. So it was nice. Tell me, what was your favorite?
Okay. Yeah. What I'll say is it's like at the Bougie Breakdown, one of the things that Syretta and I love is just a fabulous lifestyle, which is more than just clothing only. So we talk a lot about being bougie is having a curated taste, and that includes travel, it includes fashion, it includes art, it includes food, it includes champagne, jewelry, you know, kind of all of those things. And I felt like that exhibit was a great representation of what we love and what being bougie is about. It's this mashup and combination of different fashion, lifestyle elements together that are all taste driven, right? So that's one of the reasons why I like the exhibit. But my favorite part, I think, was the Victor and Rolf, two. One was the Victor and Rolf dress that was like this aqua blue, sort of almost sea foam dress. It had tons of tulle on it. The edges looked like they had an allusion to it. But it was the dress, but more importantly, the placement of the dress in relation to the room that just made it very, very, very dramatic.
It was.
I loved that one. And then I loved the Dolce & Gabbana Alta Moda. So we're talking right now. I'll make sure we have clips of what these fashions are in so you can see it. But the Dolce & Gabbana Alta Moda, I think it was a Western sort of theme too. But it was probably, in my opinion, the most perfect pairing of fashion and art together. You didn't know which one was done first, right? It was like this painting was done centuries ago, and it was sitting next to a dress that was done within the last decade, and the artwork looked very similar on the gown that was in the painting, from the skyline to the animals to just like all of the details.
It belonged together.
Yeah, it was like a perfect pairing. So what about you?
First of all, the first gown that you spoke of was breathtaking. I feel like it pretty much set the tone. Everything had to honestly live up to what that piece gave us. I would say the gold Versace dress really captured my attention, and I love the positioning. Like it was there with pieces from, if I'm remembering correctly, the Roman Empire. I'll definitely say it was super rococo. It was ornate. It was short. It was
like rock and roll, but it had religious references to it. It was a mini. I really love that one too. I just wasn't pleased with the placement. You know, we talked about that. I was just like, a dress of this caliber, and I'm a fan, guys, a fan of Versace. He's one of the reasons why I'm in the business that I'm in today. He ignited something in me with his clothes. Oh my God, yes, all of it. But to see it placed against a white wall, but the dress itself is it.
And I'd imagine the curator may not have had that same appreciation.
Obviously.
that we have. Because I totally see where he's coming from. And I'm thinking the curator, like, the dress is the moment.
Yeah.
But it could have been an entire cohesive.
Yeah, it could have transcended from the moment to like an experience.
Yeah,
like we wanted an experience. But overall, I felt like the exhibit was great. And what was really interesting is that there were a lot of items that I was very familiar with.
You were.
I know this.
I thought I gleaned a lot from fashion history back when I was in school. But Eric walked through there and he was guessing the designer, the house, the year, and I was like, oh shit, I am not up on it the way I need to.
I was like, let's play.
And I was like, if anyone around us can hear, like they're definitely getting a lesson. Like if they're just here blindly, not knowing much, if they hear him, they're getting a full-on lesson.
Yeah, I loved it. I love being wrong too. Like if I got something wrong. Maybe once or twice. Not that not that much, but I love that museums are embracing fashion more. So I just recently, I split my time between Houston and Atlanta, and I went to the Andre Leon Talley exhibit at SCAD. If you get an opportunity to go to Atlanta or you're in Atlanta, go visit the SCAD Museum, check out the ALT exhibit. It was outstanding.
I can only imagine. I'm actually.
I mean, it was, first of all, the mannequins look just like him.
I love that. I saw pictures from it. Yeah.
Like, it's crazy, Syretta, how they captured his entire essence. They stole that whole man's face. And the founder of SCAD is a friend of his. So when I say stole, I don't mean they stole it.
Yeah.
But in the sense of, they honored him with so much respect and authenticity. And then the way the exhibit was organized, it was organized into 3 different sections. So it was white, black, and red.
Oh, wow.
So white was day. So think day wear. Black was evening. And then red was red carpet. Oh, and they chose looks to represent those 3 different times. But it just had such a great range of ALT style. Everything from like his history and heritage in the South and his Southern styling to his love of kimonos and caftans to a lot of his bespoke items with Manolo Blahnik. And I just love that museums are embracing fashion and using that as a form of art.
Because it is.
It really is. Yeah. Matt for the superfine tailoring and get it. Listen, as a black man, I was happy, honored, felt like it was the right time, deserved to have an exhibit representing me and people who look like me and our contribution to fashion. I was just disappointed with the exhibit.
Oh, that makes me sad to hear. I had high expectations.
I was disappointed. I wanted more. I wanted a multi-sensorial experience. I wanted to hear it. I wanted to see it. I wanted to smell it. I wanted to taste it, touch it, kind of all the things. And they made an attempt. They really showed the range of like different genres and decades of black men's fashion from the 1800s up to present day. But they did a Morehouse section. It was small but meaningful. But I felt like given Morehouse, I wanted to hear like Kappas or Alphas or the stomping from the yard. I wanted to hear the brotherhood, that I didn't see. So that was one that I was disappointed. But the Met has had some fantastic exhibits.
Agree. That's disappointing.
What do you think about the Met itself and the Met Gala and how it's fusing art and fashion together?
Black dandyism. This was this most recent.
That was the most recent one.
And in many ways, I expected more of a range.
Okay.
I expected more fanfare. I mean, there was the fanfare, but there wasn't enough carry through.
Okay.
I hope I'm making sense. But I was like excitedly tuned in and thinking that I'd be blown away from most of the looks, if not all. And I just never had that moment. I remember Tiana Taylor. I don't remember who she was wearing, but I wanted more.
Yeah.
I wanted more.
Yeah. I do appreciate how the Met has become this like pop culture phenomenon, and we could argue like, is it fashion, is it not? You know, I understand it's a business, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the people who are there are dressed and they're wearing clothes seated at, and that seated table is being sponsored.
Yeah.
And so if you are at a sponsored table, then you need to wear the sponsor's clothing. So it's all work, right? I get that. But I love that it is pushing the fashion conversation forward. And someone was like, did you see the Met? And I just think, what do you know about the Met? Like everybody talks about it, which is great that it's merging this idea of art and fashion and pop culture together, which is good. Like, bring it to the masses, baby. Bring the conversation to everyone.
And I think the first year I covered it for work, which I was like, now what did this have to be the theme this year? I think the first time I covered it for work, it was camp. Which for me personally was fun, but when I'm speaking to the audience that I was speaking to for a very high-end retailer, it was like, well, how do I translate this in a way for our customer on social? And I it wasn't easy.
Yeah.
But for me, it was fun to see.
So you did a lot of that, like coverage of fashion shows, coverage of these art fashion events, and then translating that into corporate America communication, right? So what was one of the more fun ones that you've done?
Ooh, I could go on all day, but let me see
one.
the
Just
moment.
Give us one. Not your favorite, just one that you can remember.
One that was super memorable for me was Paris Hilton. I think this was 2023 Versace. Paris Hilton walked for Versace, and as elder millennial, it was like,
what's an elder millennial? What am I?
Elder millennial,
like, I'm just an elder.
1980.
Look, we're gonna say
right. So for me seeing that, because I used to be tuned in with Paris and Nicole, seeing OGs of reality TV, OGs, like let's give them props. Her on that runway, I was screaming.
Yeah.
She did such a great job, and I mean, of course, I can't remember how many looks that she wore, but one of my colleagues who was covering it with me, she was like, Syretta, I saw you like with fire emojis all through the live, because we were broadcasting. We were watching the show live on IG so that I could write about it. And
you were like, that's hot.
That's hot all day. Like, it was amazing. And even I couldn't tell you the last time I'd seen Paris before then. But that was a moment for me.
Yeah. I love that. I love that you're able to merge fashion, art, and then bring it into editorial, which is great.
Yeah, you have to be able to speak to it correctly for your followers. You have to be able to translate it in a way that excites them and inspires them to keep reading, but also makes them feel like it's not just aspirational. You can have this too, where you can find a version of this that works for you. Do you still have your blog, Fashion Food Crazy? Fashion Crazy Food. What is it? What was it? Fashion Crazed Foodie.
Fashion Crazed Foodie, which kind of describes me.
That
maybe heavy on the food side first.
Listen, it's all of the above. I started that in 2007.
Wow.
When my son was like he was still in diapers, and he's 20 now. And so, I don't post and write for it as much, because now I'm busy like doing it on another level. But you know, it's interesting that even in the pursuit of this new journey of motherhood, you still wanted to be able to honor your creativity well. And so
we all need, and I believe this wholeheartedly for myself, we need creative outlets.
Absolutely.
Right. And in the pursuit of having one thing and being one thing, we can't lose ourselves in the pursuit of that. So I love that you were doing that. Good
Yeah,
for you.
that was my feeling for us getting together and doing this. I'm not in fashion anymore. I'm in beauty, but I miss it.
Yeah.
I miss, having to be tuned into the runway to talk about it for work and getting paid for it and managing a team who's talking about it. Now it's all hair, but I still needed this outlet, and who else better to talk about it?
But it's all connected though. Fashion, beauty, style, travel. I mean, for me, one of my big things is my brand is style, right? Style made simple, your style service, that thing. And so for me, style isn't just fashion. Style is a mindset. It's a mentality. It encompasses not only what you wear, but where you travel, how you travel, what you eat, what you listen to, how you decorate. It's just all of the above. And so beauty is a part of it. I think they're all connected. Right? Like I always say, I love beautiful people doing beautiful things in beautiful places.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And speaking of you saying, like, I love your ability to translate style also into your surroundings.
Thank you.
I just absolutely love it.
I love interiors.
I mean, and it shows. I mean, look around.
We're going to be redecorating soon.
And you would walk in and be like, and why? Why are you redecorating? It's gorgeous. But I love your ability to do that.
Yeah. I think it's your home or whatever surrounding that you're in is an extension of you. And so how do you make it be an expression of you? And whether it's a box or whether it is, a mega mansion, I think it has to, one, be a place that you can rest, feel rejuvenated, feel refreshed, be a haven, but also a place for inspiration, whatever that may be.
Yeah.
So for me, I like to surround myself with things that are pretty. For me, for my eye.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It may not be for everyone, but for me.
I've never been that girl, and I'm going to tell you why, and it's absolutely crazy. Now that I'm older, I can see, like, girl, what? I always wanted every piece of money to go towards my closet.
Wow.
And
what?
So if that meant
over travel?
No, over my home.
Okay.
Beautiful home always.
Yeah.
But I am not buying new curtains if I'm like looking at a shoe or a bag. I'm always go for, and like whatever you stick up on that wall, whatever curtains you get, like I'll tell my husband, like, ask somebody. I have an aunt who's like deep into like styling the home. I'm just, whatever you tell me to buy, I'll buy it. But I'm gonna be over here shopping for, is it gonna be a sofa or a shoe? It's a shoe for me.
I mean, I understand. So I just spent the last 2 days doing the budget to redo this office. And I was like, well, I guess the new Cartier one I'm putting on.
See,
I gotta get an office.
That sounds
I gotta get a new office, but I wanted some jewelry.
The jewelry like on the bottom half of the mood board.
I think about it in quarters. So we're in Q1, so I'm gonna do the office in Q1. Jewelry Q2.
I love it.
Jewelry
and I love that you didn't put the jewelry in Q4.
Oh, absolutely not. No.
Immediately after.
Like close future.
Yeah.
Like I can see it. I can see it. All right, so we always close out with what is our bougiest moment of the thing in different colors. It just felt like there was bolero jackets, one white and one black. Yes, there's a need for both.
Yeah, and I'm never the friend if someone asks, like, should I? Especially if I'm friend, go for it.
See, you're like my husband. Yeah, he's very much like that.
I'm gonna always say, treat yourself, don't cheat yourself.
See, I love that. I'm always pragmatic. And then that may not seem very pragmatic, but I typically...
Right, because I'm wondering, like,
I really am. I think I am a very much like a pragmatic person, but then there are moments where the bougie overrides.
I'm with it. And that's why, like, sometimes I used to sneak off and go shopping without my husband, but over time he's come to realize you should just go with me. And the conversations that he has, like he's learning things, and now he's able to like style himself. Or we're at the fragrance counter, and he's talking to them, and the next thing we know, we're exchanging numbers, and they're like, you guys should go to this Neiman's in this city and talk to them, and they'll show you that they have. So it all comes together. But I used to hide it from him. Wow. And now I'm like, you come along for the ride, because you need to see the work that I'm putting in to make sure we look good and we have what we need. Like making it like that.
I love it. Yeah. Okay, let's show him a peek behind the curtain, the effort.
This is work. This is not just some fantasy. Like, this is work.
Yeah, to create the specialness. Takes some effort.
Yeah, because it's anything but ordinary, right?
Like that.
Who wants to be ordinary?
But ordinary. Well, cheers.
Cheers.